The only good bug is a dead bug.
Hello again, I am Blunty. If you are a regular around here, first, thank you for that, and second, chances are good you've noticed I'm well back into No Man's Sky again. The last couple of years of updates while I've been away from it, and the new 5.0 update, of course, bringing with it a massive hype and Steam chart spiking surge in players returning with me, or new players hopping in. And at least according to one report, a similarly huge spike is happening on consoles too, of course. It's all feeling great and I've been having a fantastic time coming back. Now, also promised when we got 5.0 was a new expedition. Expeditions are time-limited adventure modes with unique rewards, if you're unfamiliar. Expedition 14, titled Liquidators, is apparently a combat-focused adventure, and we're told it's been inspired by cult classic sci-fi and one of my personal favourite movies, Starship Troopers. And we'll be hunting what else? But giant bugs. I'm doing my part! Don't think I didn't notice what you did there, Hello Games. And because I love that movie so much, I've decided I'm going all in on the theme. I'm making special preparations for this expedition, which, while we have no official word as I publish this video, data miners have suggested it will be available tomorrow, just in time for weekend gamers to sink right in. Now, I mentioned this in a video from a couple of days ago, but I've never actually done an expedition. Partly, as most have happened while I've been away from the game, and partly because I didn't like that they forced you to start a whole new separate save file just to participate in them. Well, I'm here now, the expedition is happening, and you can now start them from within your current save file. And when you end them, you return to your current save file. No more friction in my path to taking part. Woohoo! Now then, when you do start an expedition from within an existing save file, you'll still be starting from scratch with essentially a copy of your existing character, but empty inventory and all that sort of stuff. You'll have all your cosmetics and whatnot, but otherwise your inventory and gear will be like a new save because that's part of the challenge of the expedition. You've got to start from scratch. However, you do get to take a small amount of stuff with you into the expedition, and you can even clone your current ship and multi-tool once you reach the anomaly within the expedition. Though doing this will cost you nanites to purchase the cloned ship and multi-tool. Which brings us to some chat about what you should be taking with you in the expedition. Obviously, to make it easier to claim your ship and multi-tool, bring some stuff you can sell for nanites, or at least refine into nanites directly. Other stuff that might come in pretty handy, a stack of oxygen, chromatic metal, copper, cadmium, and life support stuff like life gel and ion batteries, things like that. Maybe also some nav data as well, come to think of it. Might be useful for getting maps for more easily locating useful things when you're inside the expedition, and probably some exosuit modules for hazard protection, jetpack mobility, and shields. This is a combat adventure after all. And if you do plan on cloning your existing ship and multi-tool, their installed technology comes with them, so you don't have to worry there. So now, how about that multi-tool in this Starship Troopers inspired preparation? I'm making a special one just for this adventure. The standard infantry weapon in the Starship Troopers movie looks like this, and I wanted to bring something similarly rifle-like and, militaristic. I did a bit of image searching for the various kinds of multi-tools available in the game, and I found this, the Atlantid rifle, something that did not exist in the game the last time I played. What a pleasant surprise to find it. Nice. So, there is a bit of a trick to obtaining one of these though. You'll need to have done the autophage quest line. That's the one where you meet the new robotic race. Luckily for me, I did that just this weekend on live streams. Next, you want to head to a cartographer on any space station and buy a fistful of the alien cartographic data maps. Then head to any Corvax-controlled solar system and keep triggering the maps until you get an alien monolith detected notification. Once you have that, zerp down directly to it and open up the discordant interface at the monolith. This is why you need to have done the autophage questline, because this thing doesn't exist until you have done that. Jam it full of Atlantinium, or as I've been calling it, purple energon, because, well, it's easy to say and I'm a Transformers nerd. Then interact with it once more. Select Inspect Runic Technology, and there you are. You're presented with an Atlantid rifle. You can now add it to your collection by either exchanging it for your currently equipped multi-tool, so bring some trash multi-tool for that if you want to go that way, or if you have free slots, as I do, you can just buy it straight up with some nanites. Bam! Next thing I did was bump up its class to get it to Alpha from the B class I found it at, and then I upgraded all the inventory slots to uncover all 3 supercharged slots that it can have, so I can get the best out of it. Your mileage may vary on that part. You might get lucky and they might already be there. Now I'm just going to get prepared by installing whatever tech and setup I like. I went with the weapon modules that simulate, an Earth-like projectile gun weapon, none of the laser beams and stuff, because again, I'm trying to get this Starship Troopers aesthetic. And all you have to do is make sure you have it equipped when you start the expedition, and you can claim a copy of it for nanites to use while you're in the expedition. For the ship, well, I think the best aesthetic match for the trooper dropships in the movie would be a hauler. In fact, I'll be building one from scratch so I can have exactly the one I want in exactly the colors I need it in. If you've never used the ship builder before, there's guides around. Basically though, you just strip different parts off existing ships. You can get one part off any ship you scrap, and you can either pick these ships up by recovering them from crashes, or you can just buy them outright from the NPC pilots. And then you just smush the parts together. I'll save you the few hours I spent hunting for just the right parts, and I'll just show you the result here. And I knew going in I was never going to get a sort of exact close match for the ones in the movies, given the parts we have in the game. But, hey, look at that. That's not far off, is it? It certainly has the right vibe I was going after. It's about as close as I could hope for, given the tools at hand. I do wish we could go with some darker paint jobs for the ships, though. Oh well. Next, we just do what we did with the rifle. You set it up with some technology. I focus mainly on the warp drive range and efficiency, as there's probably going to be a fair amount of travel involved, so you want to make that as nice as possible. Set it up with a decent weapon. Again, I went with the sort of projectile style ones, not sort of the beam ones, because, you know, bullets feel more sort of Earth-like, I suppose. The hauler class itself has a shield boosting bonus, so I doubled down on that, putting some of my shields in turbocharged slots. That way, if I'm in a dogfight, I can hang in longer and not have to worry so much about the flat weapon DPS in a ship not designed for that. I did have a couple of supercharged slots right next to each other, and I used both of those for the weapons though, so we should be fine. And lastly, as we keep our appearance, I decided to temporarily move away from my cool newly adopted robot space wizard look and go for something a little more militaristic. And again, about as close as I could hope to come to the military uniforms in the actual movie, given what I have available to me. There is a slimmed down backpack I could get from the Quicksilver store, but I just don't have enough Quicksilver for it right now. I don't know if I can earn enough before the expedition starts, but I'm going to try. But you know, I'm pretty happy with how this came out. Thank goodness we can save cosmetic presets though, because it's not nearly as stylish as my standard look that I came from. Now though, I'm ready to do my part. Plus, this was all quite a lot of fun. I get to play with a new rifle, a weapon I've never used before. I got to use the ship customization system to make a kind of ship I don't usually even use at all, much less have created a custom version of. So yeah, nice. The expedition hasn't even started yet, and I'm already having fun with the expedition, or, you know, getting prepped for it. So there you go, that's what I'm doing, but yeah, generally in the gist of it, with the expedition coming, you can start it from your existing save, so start thinking about, you know, the kind of things you might want to take with you that would be useful, because the only good bug is a dead bug. Thanks for watching. I am Blunty. I'll catch you next time. Think of as always to the veterans scrolling away up above there.